From your fashion office, please give a big Nordstrom welcome to your men's fashion director, Ryan Gwynn, and our senior stylist, Chad Christensen.
Hi. So just really quickly, I want to talk about the fashion office and really what we do and why. We take a 360 approach to really what we call our data points. And basically our data points are runway, retail, street style, which is becoming so much more important, especially in menswear, editorial, and then trade shows. So we take all this cumulative data, we roll it up through tremendous amount of analytical information. Basically, that's really where we sharpen and hone in our fashion point of view. In the merchant org, we talk about fashion authority a lot. In the fashion office, we talk about fashion credibility. And I think the difference there is that without the credibility, we can't have the authority. So we do a tremendous amount, as I said, research and development into really bringing these ideas together and coming to life. So with that said, let's talk about fall 2018, menswear. Britpop. So this is really all about pop classics, 90s street, and graphic sport. We always focus on our hero image off to the left. This really sums up the idea of what the season's about. And again, this is about traditional menswear, 1990s retro sportswear, tailoring being punched with graphic patterning and color, outerwear taking on a heritage spin, and this is really where knitwear takes a rebellious spin, which is great. And our supporting trends that we talk about, street cred. So again, this is really validating the idea around the street savant. This is about modern tailoring, being infused with street graphics, exaggerated proportions, which you're going to see a lot of that today on our models, and then functional detail. This is really about the must-have plaid pant, the plaid top coat, we're having a plaid moment, sport tailoring, and then this idea again of twisted tech. And then new traditions. So again, this is about master clash. Our hero here really sums up this idea of these heritage fabrications and patterns coming to life. And then you look to your right, and then it's all about pattern mixing, pop infusion, and these ideas of scale and proportion. And then Master Clash. I love our hero here. He kind of reminds me, if you guys are familiar with Mad Magazine, he's kind of like our Alfred E. Newman. So some beautiful images on your right, talking about bold impact color, fabric mixing, color blocking, stripes and plaids coming together, and really coming together to create the look. And then I'm going to pass it to Chad, and he's going to walk you through our models and styling.
So for Britpop, this is really a trend that leans towards our YC customer. It's the idea of taking traditional fabrications and traditional patterns and infusing an idea of street and sport. Influencers like Lucas Sabat and A$AP Rocky, street style, have really brought upon this more is more idea. And you see more is more within pattern mixing, you see it in print mixing, you see it in proportions, and then you also see it in jewelry. So we're seeing a lot of stacked necks, and also stacked rings. Here we have a really great high-low mix. So we have a Saint Laurent sweater, but it's paired back with a rail plaid overcoat. We're seeing the evolution of the dad jean. This chunky sneaker is the new sneaker. Accessories, talking about more is more. We have a belt bag. Here we're actually wearing it in a really new way. And then I want to talk about pattern mixing. So pattern mixing, really important for the season, really important across all customer segments and all trends. What makes it work is the difference in scale. For our second look, fall layering. Layering is really important this season. The idea of short over long. So we have a couple short sleeve t-shirt with a plaid shirt from the rail. Also the idea of adding sport. So adding sport or tech is definitely evolving. Here we've paired all this back to a Calvin Klein track pant, and we've paired that back with a Vans slip-on. Again, necklaces and that idea of more is more. We have our stacked chains. I'm gonna say it like 800 times today. Pattern mixing, really important. So we have this traditional plaid suit. It's a little exploded. It's definitely in your face from Topman. This is paired back to a Gucci sweater.
All right, so the second thing that we're going to talk about is tech craftsmen. So this is really about rugged classics, modern tech, and then rustic craft. So this is really kind of summing up the idea of just this, kind of heritage spin on craft, but then through a tech lens. And so if you look to your right, you'll see, it's all about color blocking. Junior's really leading that in our center image here from the North Face. And again, just there's an undercurrent of this, just the kind of a native craft coming through. And then the first supporting trend here, hybrid heroes. So we talk a lot about hybridization, and I think what's really interesting about that, organically, when you bring two new things together, it creates something completely different. This is all about, again, taking new ideas, alien ideas almost, and bringing them together. And then this idea of utilitarian, which is utility and military coming together. And one of my favorites, Quilty Pleasures. We like to have fun with our names. So this is really about the puffer, and the evolution really is about scale. It's about matte and shine. It's about different applications. I love our guy in the bottom right where he's wearing head-to-toe tailoring, but it's all quilted. It's great. Impact color. So this is when we talk about you better get over your chromophobia because color's here. So I love our hero here. I think he's amazing. It's that really beautiful take on kind of that a new blue. It's a basic outerwear piece, but really where the newness lies is just flashing some color. As you look through our guys on the right, this vivid yellow coming through really strongly, beautiful oranges through reds, unexpected green being a really, really important color for us this season, all the way through expected blues, punchy pinks, and then just a resurgence of brown, happening. We're seeing it happening in tailoring in a big way, but it's really nice when it's coming to life in outerwear. All right, I'll pass it to Chad.
So for tech craftsmen, this is a trend that spans all customer segments. So you're going to see a lot of this throughout the floor on every pad. The big idea here is tech plus utility. A lot of denim as a base, and by denim as a base, I think it's really about the material. It's not about the denim color. And also back to olive. Olive is really important as a base for this trend. For our first model, we have the idea of layering your technical pieces in a different way. Here we have a Nike windbreaker zip-up, but it's used as layers. It's an underpinning. Impact color is paired back to olive neutrals. The crop pant, we've chosen to not do a sock here, although socks are making a revival. And then we've paired that back with a technical sneaker. Fall layering, again, you're gonna hear me say it over and over again. A Rick Owens vest paired back with a utility overcoat. We have some updated camo, but this is a nice new way of doing it with this APC shirt. We have a technical sneaker, and this is a really great way of bringing that impact color for your customers who are maybe wanting to play it a little safer. We're starting to see really unexpected tucking as far as what we're tucking in. Here we have a tech plus craft patterned fleece, and that's tucked in. It even has a kangaroo pocket, tucked in with a pleat pant. Pleats also coming back. It really brings that luxe feel. And then again, we've added the impact color through the shoes. Those are all things that are happening. Thank you.
Perfect. No, some really great items. Chad touched a little bit on the casualization of really what's happening, and it's such an interesting movement that's happening, and it's creating so much newness. But I think there's something to take away from all of these great looks that are going to satisfy and the customers kind of craving for newness and really what is going to keep things fresh for the season.